Mussolini is an idiot, as evidenced by this disaster safe sent in. Italy is dead, and in its place we have the Repubblica Sociale Italiana and Regno del Sud. So, civil war, hurrah, everything's terrible. At least the Axis hasn't lost. There's no major naval invasions other than the one that's apparently killed us, and Germany is still chugging along in Soviet Union. Alright, so looking at the map, not too great. Parts of Northern Africa are still ours. Well, in the hands of Vichy France at least, who is in the war. As long as the Vichy French manage to hold on to that, we'll be fine. For some reason, you have a relatively large army. I'm gonna delete all these front lines because I always do. It's terrible. You have a relatively large army and you were unable to keep yourself from getting naval invaded, which tells me you did not guard your ports. That said, let's see how are we going to fix this. First of all, we need to contain this. So the naval invasion around Fiume. Anyway, the naval invasion here needs to be crushed. Our ports need to be guarded, and then we need to see about getting the rest of our country back, because this is a lot of allied divisions stacked here. We'll need to figure out a way to break through there.
I can just imagine the battles raging on the front right now. Oh man. And if, like me, you want to taste of World War II strategy at a more personal level, today's sponsor has your back. World War Armies. Now, I know what you're thinking, but this is no classic mobile strategy game. There is no auto battle. You do the heavy lifting and the strategizing. No endless grinding, no base building, no massive power gap to overcome. You'll leave the tutorial, you're ready to take on the world. And no guarantees you'll actually win, though. Each PvP session is short and sweet, lasting between 5 to 15 minutes, and your mission is to capture the enemy base or deplete their resources. And with the freedom to control multiple unique units, strategy will be the key. Whether it's capturing resource points, building defenses, or launching a massive rocket assault, there is always a path to victory. And no strategy game would be complete without its units. From the honorable foot soldier to capture those strategic points, to the heavy armor to destroy the enemy, or even paratroopers to launch your own surprise attacks. Every unit has its place on the battlefield. There are 3 main nations to play with: the Germans and their armored might, the Soviets and their destructive Katyushas, and the Americans with their hordes of Sherman tanks. All in all, each nation has about 20 different units to bring to the action. But that is not all. Each nation has a choice of unique generals, each with their own skills. Whether you're launching a massive rocket attack or trying to speed up your troops, generals can turn the tide of the war. And you can compete globally on a single world server. You can either take on the enemy face to face in 1v1 or bring a friend for some 2v2 action. And if you hop in now, I have been authorized to offer you a great deal. Follow the link in the description and get the Pershing tank with a special desert skin and some tokens as soon as you finish up the tutorial. Now, back to the bigger picture, I have a war to win. Once that is done, we'll see if we can get across the Mediterranean. It's not looking likely considering our navy is gone. It's been gobbled up by Regno del Sud, who probably has what remains of the navy, though looking at that, yeah, the navy's gone. It's just gone. All right, construction. What will I build at this point? I'm mostly going to need military factories. I'm going to get some anti-air going here in Emilia-Romagna because I have no air force. As far as I can tell, there is no air force, and I'm going to lose whatever trains I had left. So they're going to get bombed to hell. The air force, like I said, is gone. So I'm just going to delete it. We'll rebuild from scratch. The navy is going to go back to port. Then once we free up everything here, construction is vital. I might build a couple of dockyards, so they're not exactly a high priority right now. What I need is military factories to get the ball rolling again. Maybe some railways to keep supply flowing freely, but we're so close to our capital that I don't think it matters. Where is our capital? Oh, in Milan. All right, so military reorganization. I will put everything dedicated to mainland Italy under Seyumangesha. He's one of our better field marshals, and I'm simply going to organize this in a little bit of a clean manner. I've got mountaineers, I've got motorized. Well, we'll make sure everything is a little organized. So all of these motorized units, cool. Useless template. Don't use these, and we're going to change them into infantry. I've put all the mountaineers under Ettore Baldassare. He is our mountaineer, so they'll hold as well. Okay, we've got tanks.
tanks. We're gonna put them under Messe, and I'm gonna organize my tanks around Brescia. Pull all the tanks back. Everything that is even slightly armored is going to drive all the way over there and going to be reorganized. Then we have Mario Ruata. Hold the pocket here. So that's your job, is to hold that pocket. Leave me with a couple more units. Just want to organize this and make it clean. All right, so that gives us about 3 armies to hold Italy itself, which should be easy. It's all mountains, very narrow. On the other hand, it makes our counterattack a little more difficult since I can't naval invade. I don't have a navy or anything that passes for a navy, and the best way to take out Italy in any form is naval invasions. Cannot pull that off. I'll have to go right through them. So I'm thinking maybe invest in a little more mountaineers. Now, first looking at the templates. Why? What was your line of thinking here? Because this is not a great template. I'm going to go back to basics, 18 with straight up infantry with nothing but engineers and support artillery, because the sole purpose of this division now will be to hold the line. No fancy offensives, just hold the line for God's sake. So these guys, yeah, that will make our infantry equipment deficit a lot better and our artillery deficit. Good. Next up, mountaineers. These are going to be our heavy hitters along with our tanks. So I want to make these a little bit more robust. The mountaineers, until the summer patch comes into effect, still best kept at 30 width for optimal mountain operations. A little more expensive in the artillery department, but it's going to be worth it. So we'll make these elite as well. I will also rename all of these elite divisions, my mountaineers, my tanks, the heavy hitters, the big boys will be renamed to channel members. So if you want to see yourself featured as a glorious conquering hero in one of my playthroughs, you know, sign up for the channel membership, or don't. I'm not your dad. And then I see Camici Nere, not great. Divisione Clare. This is not a tank division. Did you make this? I'm gonna change the template in a bit. I just want to say, is this another setup? Because people have continuously been sending me setups that are just designed to make my life difficult. And while I do enjoy winning and showing you guys that pretty much any situation can be salvaged if you play your cards right, the goal of this is to fix people's disasters and tell them where they went wrong. If you do everything wrong on purpose or you send in an AI game, it loses a lot of that genuineness, I guess. So terrible tanks. I want to get these guys around 30 width, so we'll slap on a whole bunch of medium tanks. We don't really have the tanks to make this happen, so I'll need to consolidate a lot of these tanks. And some support anti-air, maybe once we can afford it. There, big boys. Very, very big boys. Let's look at production. I want improved AA. I want trains, yes, because they will be bombed to hell and back again. I want support equipment. I want trucks. What else do I want? I'm going to move tanks down a little, as well as the infantry equipment. I want convoys, but I don't think I want them now. I'm going to finish the one in production. I'm going to shift a little bit of production into submarines. Not because subs are still the killer of killers, but because I need something that I can get out into the waters and just help bleed the allies in Italy. And submarines are really good at that still. Not as good as they used to be, but they're still good at it. And if you want good subs, just slap on the biggest torpedoes you can, the biggest engine you can, and the best snorkel you can. Get their visibility real low. And stick with the hull 3, the ones that I'm using now. What you can do is research submarine level 4, then go back to the hull level 3, so the one I'm looking at now, and replace all these modules with level 4 modules. You will have a level 3 submarine with the stats, almost the stats of a level 4 submarine, but not nearly the cost of a level 4 submarine. Mainly, this will only require steel. Well, if you go up to a level 4 submarine, you will also require, I think it's chromium, and you're kind of short in chromium, my man. That is that armor cool. I would like more armor, but not basic medium tanks. Okay, this is, people tell me you don't need improved or advanced or all that stuff. That's true. You don't. Not for single player. But at this point, we need the best we can get because we're not going to get a lot of it. So I'm going to get the best tanks I can get because I need them to do a whole lot of heavy lifting. Improved medium cannon. I like speedy tanks. This is a personal choice. Stick with welded armor, slap a radio on there, and then just things that give me breakthrough. Breakthrough and soft attack are still the best things to put on a tank. Don't want these to be too expensive, but It's not the world's greatest tank by any means, but they should do it something at least. It's expensive as hell, though. I may need to rethink my strategy. Anyway, let's also get some trades going. I am not going to trade for the 1 chromium. I'm not. So the tanks will be produced at a very low priority. Everything else is basically more important. Research. Infantry equipment. Okay. Equipment conversion. Let's not. And instead, I'm going to grab armored trains because my trains will be bombed. Modern oil processing. So this is all good, but I have other priorities, namely infantry equipment. I have infantry. Why not upgrade? Anti-tank. Not terrible because these can upgrade your CAS. It makes for very good CAS upgrades. Unfortunately, we don't have any CAS, so infantry equipment. Then assembly line production. All right, we want more industry because we're gonna need it. And then things I want to research past this point, it's probably stuff like radar, air, to get the best fighter I can to stop the allies from bombing me, and some, well, that's about it. Everything else is a nice extra, but not required per se. We can break some ciphers while we're here. Let's grab the Italian one, then I'll do the French one, the UK one, blah, 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 blah. I could upgrade my spy network, but I'm not going to because I need those factories building more factories. We have spies, so I'm going to deploy them in Italy to reduce the enemy planning bonus and to give us an edge when we attack. That's why spies are great. Focuses. We're expanding the Rome Flying School. Interesting, considering we have no air force. So we'll finish that up. Then I'm going to grab increased artillery production. Cheaper artillery of any kind is great, so I want to grab that as soon as I can. Then I'll probably work my way through self-propelled guns down to Ferea Mole, Ferea Chiore. I don't know how to pronounce that because it has more factories in there. Also want to work my way through this tree to get our country in a bit of a better fighting shape. But we'll pick up what bonuses we can from this focus tree. There are still some things that are available to us. Not a lot of things, but some things. All right, so how am I going to handle this massive tank deficit? Consolidation. I'm going to keep consolidating units until I have, well, as many fully equipped tank divisions as I can get. It's probably not going to be a lot considering the massive deficit I'm seeing already. Eventually, we'll have some combat effective tanks. I'm also going to stop all access to the Adriatic because for some reason they keep trying to supply Trieste from the port below Ferrara, and I don't know why. Just use the damn railway. Good news, we've consolidated all our tanks, and the ones we have left are fully operational and ready. Bad news, it's just 2 tanks, which kind of sucks. Well, it's just the 2 tanks. I couldn't get any more than just these 2 tanks. I'm gonna drive them over here. I'm going to try and use them to take out the Allied naval landing there. Get my submarines somewhat organized, preferably like task forces of like 10 subs each, which is going to be a tall order considering we don't even have enough dockyards for a full production run of submarines, but you know, gotta try something. What the subs will be very good for once I, you know, have some of them will be to hamper Allied supply. If I can raid in the Mediterranean, I can definitely hamper all the Allied supply flowing into Italy, and when they start suffering, I can then strike back from the shadows. The downside is that it's going to take a remarkably long time to get this done because, well, our production capabilities are virtually non-existent. I would need a couple more dockyards, you know, to make that happen. Maybe I should just get a couple of them in Venice. Maybe? Is that fair? Would that be okay? I think I do need some dockyards. All right, let's get increased artillery production for more artillery, obviously. Then I'm going to go down self-propelled guns and grab all of these. I think we'll go with modernized Al Saldo factories. The other ones give us research bonuses we don't need. This gives me factory and dockyard output is exactly what I need. Though it does cost us a little bit in terms of consumer goods, but that's okay. I also need to work my way down here for more camicie nere, integrating the Polizia dell'Africa Italiana. That probably doesn't do anything useful, but it leads to anti-partisan measures. Why is this important? Well, these guys have access to the same tree, more or less, and they are going to use this specific focus to ruin my day. It is going to start resistance in my country. Don't like that. And I will have to use my focus to neutralize that resistance. So win some, lose some. What I'm going to do is start working on those fighters because I will need some good fighters to at least stop them from bombing me. I need the best engine I can get, the best cannons I can get, and the best airframe I can get. I already have the self-sealing fuel tanks and armor plates. I don't need anything else. I just need good engines, cannons, and good hulls, and we should be able to make a lot of damage happen. So you've gone grand battle plan. Don't love it, but it is what it is. It will help us survive for now. I want as much army experience as possible, then switch out to superior firepower. It's simply the best. That said, I'm going to switch to professional officer corps, get myself more army experience. Once I get to like 500 army XP, I'm going to switch over to superior firepower as far as I can. For now, the logistical focus is very good. This is like excellent. This is top tier. Theater training is all right, but I prefer bold attack simply because getting more attack on your generals is always nice. All right, I'm rambling and rattling these things off. It's just I see mistakes or little things everywhere that kind of annoy me, and I want to touch on that. All right, I'm gonna deploy the Kamichinere, the black shirts. All I need these guys to do is guard my ports and maybe somebody else's ports if they're also in trouble. I just noticed as well, we don't have artillery production. Oh god, we have advanced anti-air but not advanced artillery. I've neglected making artillery for months. I feel like an idiot. They're taking a massive amount of attrition. They don't have supply. With little luck, I'll be able to push them out. Got my tanks committed, most of my infantry committed. Hopefully we can push them into Fiume itself. Just even if we can just narrow it down, that'll be great. Political power, what do I want? I don't need service by requirement yet. I still have a whole country that I can reclaim. I'm gonna switch out maybe the political power guy for Prince of Terror, but I'm not occupying all that much land, so pretty pointless there. This is good. This is all right. Naval AA is probably not the best. I'm gonna switch that out for bomber interception once I have some fighters. And mobile warfare doctrine, why did you even pick this man if you're not using mobile warfare? It makes zero sense. Absolutely no sense whatsoever. So we'll have to remove that guy as well eventually. For now, I'll just use my political power to do things that make a little sense, like bolstering my spirits, keeping war support up for now. That's really all I can do. All right, we've pushed them into Fiume, and then after Fiume, I can push them into... Yes, just need to weather the counterattack, and then we constrict it, kill them, starve them, and things will be good. I'm gonna drive the allies into their last tile here. Look at the helmets pinging. So we're making good moves here. With the Mountaineers committing as well, that should help. They do a lot of damage with those artillery pieces they're packing. Oh, and that fixes one of our immediate issues. Massive naval invasion. Now I gotta make sure they don't retake that immediately, so I have to secure the port. I need to get more black shirts produced as well, but for now, I can breathe a little easier. Okay, so how am I gonna set up for a counterattack? I ideally want to push along the southern flank, Livorno. It's better terrain, so it's hilly, some forest, but mostly plains. The north is mountainy and hilly, so I want to go along the western edge of Italy towards Rome. Ideally, I'd naval invade, but again, no navy to speak of, so that's not gonna happen. And like clockwork, I have to halt everything because naval invasion's going on. I need to respond to this. I mean, you might look at this and go, it's not that big, but it is. It is kind of huge. Oh, we might. Come on. Just meme it. Yes! We have memed a breach. It's a small breach, but it is a breach, and I am going to try to exploit it. Maybe I can get the armor to drive south. I can pin attack there. Maybe I can get the Livorno. Make sure that my other coastline is now guarded. La Spezia is otherwise wide open. Come on. Nah, they got entrenchment and stuff. They probably got too many divisions here for me to handle. Let's make a fighter to help secure my skies. We'll use this as a basis. Slap on the best single engine I can. Gonna slap on the best cannons I can. And then I'm gonna fill that out with heavy machine guns for the rest. And then see how weight looks. I'm annoyed that I can't add more heavy machine guns. Is this new? I don't know. Self-sealing fuel tank, armor plates, and armor plates. How's the weight looking? The weight looking fine. Let's also add another set of cannons. Very heavy, not super agile, not a huge range, but this should shoot down like at least some enemy airplanes. I just noticed I can demand the Balearic Islands. I'm gonna see if that does anything. If that actually still works. Even if I get them, they'll probably get invaded right away. But late game Spain usually joins the Axis, and I want to get that focus in before Spain joins the Axis, because then I'll have some islands. It's a short focus anyway, doesn't really matter. And at least to befriend Portugal, it might allow us to get Portugal to join the Axis as well, which is great because they have like half the tungsten in the world. Would be a very valuable ally to have. Franco did it. Oh, they've given me the islands. All right, maybe I can befriend Portugal. Would that draw them into the Axis? kind of want to try. No, I'm gonna wait. I have other more important things to do. But I kind of want to try. I like that it gives me the option. And if Franco decides to join the war now, at least I'll have control of those islands. Oh, something's happening. So, like I thought, Franco joined the Axis. That does mean we need to deal with Gibraltar. So I'm gonna pull my Alpine troops, my elites off the front. Gonna put them on Gibraltar. Gonna see if we can push them out of the way. Supremacy has shifted in terms of naval power. I'm thinking the UK has shifted ships around, seeing Gibraltar is under threat, and as a result there is very little Royal Navy stuff going on here. So I'm gonna try a naval invasion of the islands here. Looks like the Italians have landed some troops in the south. I wish I could reinforce this, but there's no point. Yes, I could theoretically sail some troops in there, but it wouldn't go anywhere. But I'm seeing some red supply markers here, so, you know, maybe if I launch an attack now, let's see what happens. Does look like the submarines are starting to kill some destroyers, so maybe eventually we'll force one of their fleets to repair. We can get a window of opportunity. Yeah, this is just suicidal charging. That's not... Oh, like I said, window of opportunity. Their fleet left, and that means I am now free to operate. I'm gonna try a naval invasion of these islands. If I secure the islands, I have an opportunity to use those to try and naval invade there with my next window of opportunity. Because just pushing across the land isn't gonna work. I need to be clever about this. And it doesn't look like anybody's really home in Corsica and Sardinia. Alright, looks like the British Navy still hasn't returned. We still have naval superiority. I'm gonna try to hit the area around Rome. And once my troops start making landfall or attacking, I'm also gonna launch a full-out attack along the main front. It looks like they have some supply issues, maybe because, well, it seems unlikely, but maybe because the port of Brindisi was captured, I don't know, or because I am raiding the hell out of this sea zone. We'll have to see. Honestly, I don't think it matters. I'm just having fun now. I want to win. I feel I can taste blood in the water. This is where we go. This is where we push. And we've taken Rome. Let's encircle the area, capture the port here. Looks like we're making landfall on Anzio as well. Brilliant. Send all the units over. See if we can get across. Come on. I gotta make this count. It's a very expensive offensive I'm waging in the north purely as a distraction. It serves is to distract the enemy, keep them from redeploying troops. I'm gonna keep pounding them, and eventually they will run low on supply. And when they do, I will finally be able to actually end this horrific ordeal and get my country back. All right, so we've got them cut in half. We got Italy cut in half as is tradition. I want the main focus to be on this bit, and I want that crushed. Last stand's not gonna save you, boys. Oh, I'm legitimately proud of this one. Yes! And we've taken Livorno as well, and the tanks go south and conquer. Look at what we pocketed here. This is one of my best pockets. Mostly because the way it happened was so beautiful. Oh, that is like 60, 70 divisions right there. All gone. And now to help Operation Mop Up. Where would the rest of my army go? Don't know. Probably need to do like a little North African campaign. Need to mop up my own territory, obviously, still. And then we'll see where we go from there. And there goes Regno del Sud. They are dead and gone, and as soon as I get some naval supremacy, I'm going to take their North African holdings as well. All right, now I'm going to ask Germany nicely to give me some Vichy territory. Hopefully it works out. I've spotted an opportunity. It looks like there's not a whole lot of activity going on in the usual places, the North Sea and the Eastern North Sea, and I'm going to try and make use of that to knock out the UK early. Well, early, it's 1945, but I'm going to try to knock out the UK. Germany supports our demands. I get Savoy and Corsica, but not Sardinia. The naval invasions are prepared. We're quickly going to set these guys on just strike force. I'm not actually going to send them out. Just need to get green seas, naval supremacy going. Now let's go. It's off. I hope they can land. I so hope they can land. Already winning. Troops have landed. Now make this bigger. Support the attack on the Hull. You, Sheffield, Manchester, and Liverpool. Go, 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 go. Keep walking. Destroy the UK. Yes. Send the rest of the army over. We're gonna set up a nice offensive line. My main focus is still cutting them in half around Liverpool, and then like 6 divisions go north and the rest push south, and we're gonna push hard. I also have 3 tank divisions waiting over here. I'm gonna sail these right into Hull. Hopefully they don't get sunk on the way, ideally. I'm gonna gonna steal a lot of their factories this way. That's nice. That's nice. And Italian troops have taken London. A fall of London. Nobody messes with Italy. And there goes the UK. Oh, that's a load off. All right, let's make some destroyers. Just the cheapest things I can fit. I'm gonna be basic dual purpose, good torpedoes, good engines. I'm gonna add some anti-submarine warfare stuff to it because subs are annoying. So I should probably add some sonar as well. And some fire control. These are not the world's cheapest destroyers, I know, but these are there to also kill enemy subs and do a little AA. One of the annoying things is with the Navy is that oftentimes your massive fleet doesn't find the enemy. I want to show you guys a nice ship that does the job well. It doesn't have to be the expensive 1944 version, by the way. You can make the cheapest version you can, but this does help. So I slap on a nice engine because I want them to be fast. I slap on the absolute cheapest gun I can find. It's either the light battery or the light the dual purpose battery. I'll pick the dual purpose so it can shoot at airplanes that annoy it. And then all I'm gonna put on here is nothing else than aircraft facilities, float planes, the best I can fit, more float planes, and some more float planes. No fire control. I can just put in some sonar and the best radar I can fit. And this ship is fast, has virtually no attack, but will spot everything. Speaking of the Navy, so there's not a whole lot of presence here. I think I have my naval invasions prepared soon when they are ready. Let's hit North Africa and take our stuff back. I think it's probably time I got rid of Grand Battle Plan. Again, it's not a terrible doctrine. I just really prefer superior firepower, and I think it's the better doctrine. All right, well, since naval supremacy isn't going to happen, let's just send the tanks, send the mountaineers, and push through this super weak line. Hopefully the Italian lands will return to me. Let's see how this glorious battle turns out. All right, I need my armor to thunder into Tripoli. Come on, boys. Start thundering. Thunder faster. They're thundering. Come on, take Tripoli, and then onwards. Onwards! Yes! Once you take Tripoli, you have the supply to keep going, at least for a little bit. And now we have to push across this entire waste towards Benghazi. That is a very long drive. Usually goes very poorly. So let's see if we can actually manage now. No, see, the problem here is the distance between the supply hub of Tripoli and Benghazi is so large that if you run into any opposition like midway or towards the end, the push becomes literally impossible and you have to resort to naval stuff. It's annoying. It's simply the way it is. What is also annoying is that for some reason, Vichy France seems to think they're entitled to all my stuff, so they've now taken Tripoli as well. I'm going to storm Paris and shoot Pétain at some point. Anyway, I don't think I need a grand fleet right now because I got a smidge of naval superiority. We're going to try and land in Benghazi and Tobruk. Naval invasions away. Right, we should be able to take Benghazi. When we do, we will cut off their supply coming in. Now we hit them at Tobruk as well. All right, we'll take Tobruk as well. Perfect. We are going to starve the allies in this area now. I don't even need to do anything other than walk in. Yeah, this is butchery. Yeah, these guys don't stand a chance, so this is also over. I should probably use these tanks to help the Russians push a little bit, because the problem with this area is once you start getting to the just outside of the Urals, supply stops. So there's a massive supply gap between the hubs of Kubyshev, Kazan, and sometimes also Gorky, and the stuff that you can capture relatively easily around Moscow and central, well, it's more Western Russia. It's very hard to push past for the AI, so I'm gonna help them out. Well, I've broken through to Gorky with my tanks, and ideally, to help the Germans out the best possible way, I'd wait for the supply hub here to kick in, get the supply, get my units re-equipped and reorganized, and then I'm gonna drive along this river towards Kazan. Hopefully I can get to Kazan. I somewhat doubt it, but I need the supply first. I definitely need supply because this is a supply dead zone. There's essentially no supply in this region. Like nothing. If I can keep driving and don't run into too much opposition, I might be able to make it. Or, which is also a possibility, I am going to get myself in encirclement hell. Both options are very much on the table. I'm gonna try and go for the encirclement instead of the supply cap because I don't think I can make it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go for the encirclement instead, and I'm not even gonna make the encircle. Come on, make it happen. No, they got their troops out as well. Oh well, we're close to Kazan now. We're close. Let's get reconquering in North Africa. Go, 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 go. With a little bit of luck, I'll be able to push past El Alamein, but it's always a terrible place. Again, like the gap between El Alamein, or rather Alexandria, and Tobruk is huge, so supply is going to be a massive issue. It always is. Like, supply in North Africa is always the #1 issue. But still, with a bit of aggression, you know, grit, determination, we might be able to push through. Well, we got an encirclement out of it. I consider that a win, at least. But we're not going to get into El Alamein itself. They have troops there, so... eventually, maybe. Oh no, this is not happening. And again, naval invasions. I know, that's stupid. It's not stupid. It's always the same thing. Yes, because it works. The reason I'm not pushing through deserts with massive units and taking a huge amount of casualties and attrition in the process is because this works. Sometimes you don't need fancy maneuvering and stupid strategies and all that fancy bullshit. Sometimes you just want something that works. And we have a navy, somewhat of a navy. We have a heavy cruiser, so at least we'll be able to project some sort of power with the Grand Fleet. I'll move it up so it can support our future naval invasions. I hope we can get more of these built. We got 2 heavies in the build queue as well. Soon we'll actually have a navy again. It's about time. Oh, there are so many Americans here. All right, so this is a failure. Oh no, I'm gonna lose these divisions. Let's see what I can actually do here. Try to take Port Said at least, and we'll try to get another run in at Alexandria. I am so sorry, random underling and Massey. I'm so sorry that you're about to die. Oh, they survived, and we're about to take Port Said, I think. Okay, if we can just take Port Said, I can funnel the rest of these troops in. Come on, take the port, take the port, take the damn port, take the damn port. All right, they survived. You guys, everybody into Port Said. It's not the best thing I can do here, but it's a thing I can do here, and then I can control the Suez as well. I might still lose these mountaineers because I have no way of getting any kind of support to them. Can I last stand, you guys? I want to save you guys. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and save you boys. Hold until relieved, brothers. Hold until relieved. The relief is coming. The reinforcements are coming in. Oh, I can't believe I did this. Okay, so the door is open. The door is open. Now to reorganize the army. I am so glad I managed to save these guys. They're not just important divisions. My members, I love you guys. Now we attack south. Go, 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 go. Ah, got him. All these bastards are encircled around El Alamein. Time to finish them off once and for all. Everybody else, keep driving south. Oh, this is a good amount of kills. I appreciate this. This is very nice. This is very, very nice. I should probably redirect those armor units. Come help out in Africa. Let's knock out Turkey. Looks like the Germans managed to land some troops here. That's nice. It is very heartwarming to see a campaign in which Germany is even remotely competent. Let's see if we can push up into Turkey's soft underbelly, link up with those Germans, have full control of the Mediterranean headed our way. Yes. Oh, Germany even managed to land in Greece. Okay, well, I won't say I'm getting carried by Germany, but Germany's pulling its weight. Yeah, total collapse of the Turkish front, total collapse of the Egypt front. We are banging on every door. We're pounding our way through the enemy lines. Yeah, I think this is pretty much over. The Italian mountaineers have proven themselves time and time again. The driving force behind this revival, the Italian mountaineers, the Italian remains of the Navy, and, well, the lack of a proper AI, I guess. There goes Turkey. I got a nice slice of Turkey out of this. Not too bad. Finish up the Soviets, and then we can have a good time. I can go play something else for a bit. Now for the final drive on the last Russian cities, I have to cross the Urals. I have to walk through this massive fields without any supplies there. It's the worst. It is definitely the worst. And the Soviet Union has perished. not much I can get out of this, so I'm going to limit myself to stealing some ships. Nothing else they have that I want. All the terrain is kind of sort of out of my reach anyway. This is horrific. At least I got some ships out of the deal. They're probably not the world's greatest. I don't care. They will give me naval superiority, and with that naval superiority, I can finally go and get myself Ethiopia again. Well, finally, our naval invasion is off, and this is the crowning achievement of my work here. We are going to kill Ethiopia, take Italy back. Well, no, not Italy. Take Ethiopia back, take our colonies back, and then we can rest. There goes Ethiopia. And this time, I'm taking everything. Ethiopia's mine once again, baby. Italian East Africa restored. Gonna click the button to create Africa Orientale Italiana, hand over Somaliland, send over some more men. I think we're gonna end it here. Italian East Africa is restored. Italy is once again one of the great powers in the Axis with sufficient armies, sufficient industry, and sufficient navy. We had nothing, and now we have a navy with an aircraft carrier, 5 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, and 38 destroyers, most of which are extremely potent modern vessels, and the rest is Soviet trash. This was a remarkably fun game with the island hopping campaign, so you members, all of you members, you have done me a great service. Look at these men. These men are heroes, truly one and all. I should have a medal ceremony. You know what? We're gonna have a medal ceremony. XK5, you, a Cross of Valor, War Merit Cross, I don't know which to pick. Order of Savoy, there we go, 5th class. Ricardo, my man, Order of Savoy, 1st class. And you get a lot of medals. You're getting a lot of medals. I'm gonna give you one of each. One of each. Kowalski, you magnificent bastard. 2 medals for you. Random underling, I have saved you from the fire and you have earned my respect. Order of Savoy, 1st class for you. Massey, same for you, my friend. Medals all around. I'm actually intrigued by Ricardo. I think this is one of the longest serving units in this army, taking 15,000 casualties. Anyway, with that, we have saved Italy. We have saved the Axis, or rather saved by the Axis. Let's leave that in the middle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed playing this, and I hope you'll enjoy this next video as well. See ya.